And good morning, everybody. Let's get this aligned right so you can actually see the warm-up that I'm asking you to do. Hope everybody's doing well. It's Tuesday morning, beautiful spring day. All right, here's our warm-up here. Why don't I zoom in a little bit and let you copy down that top half first. And then after you finish that, have you copy the bottom half, and then you can do as much as you can before we go over it. All right? All right, you should be able to see that. I will read the word problem to you, as my writing is not always the neatest. All right, it says, if A&W uses 100 ounces of root beer for every 75 ounces of ice cream to make root beer floats, what is the simplified ratio of root beer to ice cream? And then it says, how about the ratio of ice cream to root beer? Okay. Glad that you guys are doing this warm up early in the morning, right after breakfast and brushing your teeth. Otherwise, if I did this around lunchtime, if you do this warm up later in the day, well, then you're going to start craving root beer floats, huh? Yeah, that'll serve you right for not doing it on time. You should be doing warm ups before you take tests, before you do homework, right? Because it's designed to help make things easy. All right, it is paused. Go copy everything down. All right, let's get that top half now. I'm sorry, the bottom half now. Okay, well, you have these three algebraic problems, right? You're trying to figure out what is b if 6b equals 48. Remember, 6b means 6 times b. What is x if x minus 6 is 18? And what is m if m plus 20 is 5? That's a strange one, isn't it? Okay, and last one's a word problem. If a triangle has an area of 24 meters squared and the base is 6 meters, what is the height? Okay, definitely recommend sketching a little picture on that one, right? We're going to say this is 6 meters. What is h? Remember h, this kind of looks like an h, right? If the area equals 24 square meters, what's h? Okay, all right, copy that down and go work on it, and let's see how much you can get done. All right, last part where I will give you a little bit of a help on the kin, right? We know this has to be a 3 and a 2 or a 2 and a 3, right? So neither of these can be a 1, but I need a 1 in that bottom row. So what does this have to be? And if this has to be a 1, and I'm subtracting two numbers here, I can't have 1 minus 0. What does that have to be? Right? Okay, and if this is a 1, this is a 2, what does that have to be? Need a 3 over there. This is a 3 and this is 1, and I'm subtracting. What does this have to be? And if I have a 3 and a 2 in that top row, what do I have to have over here? All right, now I have a 1, and these two have to add to 4 because 4 plus 1 is 5. I can't have 2 and a 2, right? So it has to be a 1 and a 3. Can I have a 1 here? No. So that has to be the 3. That has to be the 1. I have a 1 and a 2 here. What has to go here? I have a 1 and a 3 here. What has to go here? And then you're going to double check everything, right? 1 plus 3 plus 1, is that 5? Yeah. Is 3 minus 2 1? Yeah. Is 2 minus 1 1? Yeah. Is 2 times 3 6? Yeah. And again, why did I say times here? Because there's a times sign. Why did I add these three? Because there's a plus sign. Why did I say 3 minus 2 is 1? Because that's what that number means, right? The 5 is the total added. The 1 is the difference when I subtract. The 6 is the product when I multiply. Okay? Okay, let's get busy with the rest. 36 and 13 is going to be 4 times 9, right? And 34 and 19, 17 times 2, and 17 plus 2. All right. 9 is to 15, like what is to 60? Well, I can treat this like an equivalent fraction. 15 times 4 is 60. What's 9 times 4? 36. Okay. 10 times 6 is 60. What's 7 times 6? Okay. So I know that you guys know how to cross multiply and then solve it like an algebraic equation. But if you can treat it like an equivalent fraction, go for it, right? If the smaller denominator fits in the big one, if the smaller one won't, sometimes you can simplify it. Like I could have simplified 9 over 15 because 3 goes into the top 3 times and 3 goes into 15 5 times. So I could have said 5 goes into 60 12 times. 3 times 12 is same thing. Okay, I could have done that. All right, let's look at our ratio. I always say to write it in words first for the A&W root beer float. Okay, 75 ounces of ice cream and 100 ounces of root beer. So the first question is they want to say root beer to ice cream. Root beer to ice cream. That's a ratio. I wrote it in words. All right, it's already written. Root beer was 100. Ice cream was 75. And remember, you can write it 100 to 75. You can write it 100, and you'd say 2 when you write that colon. And the third way is to write it 100 to 75 like a fraction. Now, if I saw like this, to me, I'm more familiar with simplifying fractions than ratios. So I immediately recognize that 5 goes into the top and bottom, but actually 25 goes into the top and bottom, right? 25 goes into 75 3 times, goes into 100 4 times. So the ratio of root beer to ice cream is 4 to 3. 4 to 3. Now it says, what about the ratio of ice cream to root beer? Isn't that 4 to 3? No, that's why you like to write it in words first. Okay. Here I'm going to have 75 to 100. That is 3 to 4. So be careful. Sometimes they will try to trick you and they'll lay out the problem saying root beer first and ice cream second. And then they will ask you, what's the ratio of ice cream to root beer? That's kind of being sneaky and tricky. And they trick a lot of people. So be careful. But that won't happen if you always tie it to the word. Go find the word ice cream. Where's ice cream? There it is. 75 ounces of ice cream. 75 goes with ice cream. Go find the words root beer. Root beer. 100. So I know the 100's tied to the root beer, 75. So you save yourself. You don't make that mistake when they try to trick you. You say, nice try. You ain't tricking me. Okay? When you take a little bit extra time and write in words. Okay? 6b means 6 times b, which is the same as b times 6 equals 48. I want to find out what times 6 is 48. Now, if you already know that, because it is a basic fact, you can go ahead and bam, you solve it. If not, you got to use my algebra steps, right? You got to say, I want to isolate that variable, the b, by itself. I got to get rid of a times 6. How do I get rid of a times 6? Well, I do the inverse operation or opposite of times 6, and that's divided by 6. But if I do it to this side, I better do the same thing to the other side. And then the times 6 and divided by 6, they're opposite, so they cancel each other out. So I have b equals 48 divided by 6. What's 48 divided by 6? 8. Okay. Now, if I want to double check, I go back. Is 6 times 8 48? It is. Whew. Yeah, and if it's a test, I'm double checking. Okay. X minus 6 equals 18. What is X? Again, some of you can do that in your head. If you can't, then you're doing my steps, right? How do I get rid of a minus 6? I do the opposite. That's a plus 6. If I do it to this side, better do the same thing to the other side. So I'm adding 6 to both sides. On this side, it makes the 6's go away because they're opposites. On this side, I have 18 plus 6. 24. Okay. All right. This was the one we called this one kind of strange. M plus 20 equals 5. Okay. This was one of those ones with kids say, I can't do that in my head. Is it 15? Right? Because you see that 20 and 5 and they think 15. No. What is it? Well, how do I get rid of a plus 20? The opposite. What's the opposite? Minus 20. Again, the opposite's also called the inverse operation. If I do it to that side, I better do it to this side. Minus 20. Now again, they cancel out on this side. M equals 5 minus 20. 5 minus 20. That's not 15, right? I had 5 and I spent 20. To pay the 5 I have, I'm still going to owe 15. Negative 15. Okay, so take those steps. And let's just double check. Is negative 15 plus 20 equal to 5? I owe 15, but I have 20. Pay the 15 I owe, and I still have 5 left. Ooh, good. I got that right. Okay. All right. This last one with the triangle. Okay. The base is 6. The area is 24. So a lot of people wanted to say, oh, that must be 4 because 6 times 4 is 24. But remember, the area of a triangle equals 1/2 times the base times the height. Okay. And if I double checked after getting 4 there, right, and I called the height 4, 1/2 times 6 times 4, is that equal to 24? Well, let me see. Half of 6 is 3. What's 3 times 4? That's 12. That is not 24. Okay. So don't forget, half of the base times the height. Going to have to be twice as big, right? So yes, 6 times 4 is 24, but that's half, right? I mean, that's the area of a triangle. That means the height must be 8. Okay, the height must be 8. Yeah, let's just double check that. 1/2 times 6 times 8. Half of 6 is 3. 3 times 8 is 24. Or you could go half of 8 is 4. 4 times 6 is 24. Or you could go 6 times 8 is 48. Half of that, 24. So the height must be 8 on that one, okay? Be careful. And again, on tests, always double check your answer. You think you got the right answer, go plug it into your problem and see if it works, okay? Good luck on the test, everybody, and have a great Tuesday.